Hey guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is so very special. We are going to review a new palette from MBA Cosmetics. This is their Bloom palette. This is their spring release and this is such a beautiful palette. It says bloom where you're planted, and this is a beautiful 9-pan magnetic palette, and this has beautiful 9 duochrome shades. They shift so beautifully. They are so thinly packed. They are absolutely amazing. If you guys want to see all of this palette in action, I'm going to create 2 looks. We're going to do some live swatches. So let's begin. Let's begin with the live swatches of this palette. The first shade that we're going to swatch is called How's It Growing. The next shade is One Trick Peony. The shade names are amazing. Read My Tulips. So let's swatch that. They're so thinly packed, as you can see. I'm not gonna put any glitter glue or anything. I'm just gonna show it to you live swatched. So the first shade is definitely a green to purple shifting shade. I also see a hint of pink. This one is like a cool tone purple pink shifting shade, and this one is mainly like a peach gold shade. Hopefully you can see the shades in action. Okay, so those were the first 3 shades. Let's move on to the next row. We have Make My Daisy, Blossom Buddies, Are You Bouquet. So there you go. This is like a pink to a strong gold shifting shade. Then we have a blue to a purple shifting shade. This is more like a glowy shade. And this one is like a peach to a gold shifting shade. It has some fieriness to it. There you go. Those are the first 2 rows swatched for you guys. Hopefully you can see those duochrome shifts. Let's move on to the last row. We have Puns and Roses, Flower You Doing, and Justice Floral. Beautiful. This is a pink to a gold orange shifting shade. Very beautiful. We have a purple gold pink shifting shade. Very pretty. And last we have a green to pink shifting shade. This is more like a glowy green, I would say. It reminds me of the Galactic Visitor palette shade, at least while swatching. So those are the shades from the palette. So pretty, so glowy, very beautiful. Once you've seen all the live swatches in action, now let's move on to the 2 looks that I created using this palette. Okay, let's begin our look with the MBA Cosmetics new Bloom palette. Look at the artwork, it's so pretty, you guys. And this is a whole shimmer palette with 9 beautiful duochrome shades. I am going to pair this palette along with some mattes from other MBA Cosmetics palette. I have the Pumpkin Kisses and Autumn Wishes palette here. So maybe we'll pair these 2 up together because I feel like those oranges, burgundies, those shades would go very well together. So let's do some magic here. Let's start off with this cranberry shade in the outer corner. And I'm not looking for mattes to overcome the palette, but I do want some depth, something on the crease. I also have my Cursed Moon palette here. I'm planning to do 2 looks with this palette, just so that if you have bought this palette, you have some inspiration. By the way, this palette was gifted to me in PR. I do have a code with MBA Cosmetics. My code is SMITHYSONY to save you 10% off. And this is an affiliate code. So once we have that depth all across, we'll see if we need more depth or not. But I'm also going to take that same shade on the outer corner of the lower lash line too, just so that everything meshes beautifully together, just like that, okay? Now I'm going to take this shade Bountiful, this orange, and that I'm going to take that as a crease shade and melt it with that cranberry shade. Also taking that same shade on the lower lash line. So that's all that we're going to do for the mattes for now. Let's move on to the shimmers. I'm just putting some glitter glue on top of my eyelids, just so that it has something to stick on. Because these shimmers that are there in the Bloom palette, they're not chunky at all. They're not thick. They're very, very smooth, but very dimensional. So I would assume that a glitter glue would help it to stick to my eyelids a little better. Okay, so once we have that, let's move on to the Bloom palette. I'm going to start off with that. Read My Tulip shade, this one. Okay, and then let me take that in the outer corner. Look at that. It's so smooth but sparkly. And this shade has like a pink to a orange gold shifting shade. I hope you can see that. But these are going to be amazing for like everyday looks. Perfect for spring season, I would say. And this is definitely mature eye friendly too. Very, very smooth on the eye. Okay, so once we have that on the majority, like the center of the eyelid, I am going to take this shade, Are You Bouquet, this one, which is more like orange. I also see like pink, orange, gold. Let's see how different it is from the other shade. Yeah, this is definitely a little bit more peach leaning as compared to the other one. Okay. I also see a strong pink shift, but also on a strong angle I see green. Can you see that? Maybe we can bring in a little bit of green in today's look too. So I'm gonna, with no additional product, I am just taking that same brush with the outer corner that we use for outer corner, and I'm just tapping the edges. But I feel like I need a little bit more depth. I think for that I'm gonna take the Cursed Moon palette, and I'm dipping into this ill-fated shade, which is that black, just a tad bit. And I'm just tapping on the edges, just tapping it, and that would give me the depth that I'm looking for. Can you see that? Okay, now for the inner corner, I want to dip into one of the greens. Let's do this one, Justice Floral, this one. And I'm going to take that on like a very fluffy, flimsy brush, taking that in the inner corner, and I'm just going to take that on the sweep. Can you see that? It's a very glowy green. Just melting it on that sweep. And that's going to be our eyelid for today. Let me finish off this eye with some liner and mascara. And that's my first eye look. I really love the way how this turned out. It's so beautiful. It's elegant. It didn't take any effort at all, but it's so beautiful and dimensional. The best part about this is like these shimmers are so thinly packed and they're like not textured on the eyelid, which is absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to create the next eye look for you guys. So let's begin. Okay, let's begin with our second look using the Bloom palette. I definitely wanna dip more into the purples and the blues this time. Still not decided what we're gonna do, but let's build our mattes first. For that, I'm gonna take my primal palette from Blend Bunny Cosmetics, and let's start off with ink shade first, this inky purpley blue. And I'm gonna take that in the outer corner, extreme outer corner, because this is in beautiful deep dark shade. Okay, I'm just gonna stamp it right there, just right there. Okay, and this is such a beautiful palette. Obviously you cannot find this palette anymore, they have discontinued this, but any kind of this shade would do. I love the quality of them, so I just keep using them. So once we have that on the outer corner, now I'm just gonna wipe my brush and use this shade Exotic. This, it's like a very, it's a very beautiful shade. It's like a purple but like a magenta thrown in there. And I'm gonna just take that, blending it with that ink shade towards the edge of that. And you can see that blend, it's such a beautiful shade. I'm taking the same shade on my lower lash line too, this Exotic shade. Now I'm just gonna take a clean blending brush with a little bit, let's say, I'm gonna take Rome and a little bit of exotic. And I'm just gonna take that over the edge and just blend everything together, just so that we have something in the crease. So once we have that all across, let's start off with the shimmers. From the Bloom palette, we are first gonna let's take this shade, One Trick Peony, this one. It's such a beautiful glowy purple shade. Let's see how that's gonna look. I'm gonna take that on a diagonal format. I'm gonna melt it with that exotic shade, just right there. That's a beautiful shade. Love that. Now I'm gonna take this shade, this blue. This is called Blossom Buddies. I feel like taking it in the outer portion, just to melt it with that extinct shade, because it's such a beautiful, again, a glowing shade. I'm just melting it with that matte. I'm also taking that same shade. Or should I take this? Oh, so pretty. I'm taking that green. What's this called? How's It Growing? In the inner portion of the eyelid. I have to calm myself down. I'm going to office. So pretty. That's beautiful. I'm going back into my matte shades with nothing on the brush. I'm just blending the edges, just so that the blend is smooth. For the inner corner, I'm taking this shade, Make My Daisy, and I'm taking that in the inner corner. Let me finish off this eye with some liner and mascara, and I'll come right back. And there you go, that's my final look. I really love the way how this look turned out. I absolutely love the combination of that green, purple, blue all together. I feel like this palette is absolutely beautiful, especially if you are a color lover, but you don't like textural shades on your eyelids. This palette is absolutely beautiful. I again do have a code with MBA Cosmetics. My code is SMITHYSONY to save you 10% off. I don't think you'll regret this palette if you buy it in your collection, especially if you love this color story. This is such a beautiful, beautiful spring color palette. I really love it. Now, let's move on to the outro. Now, once you've seen both the eye looks, you guys have to let me know out of the two looks, which one was your favorite, and are you interested in picking out this Bloom palette from MBA Cosmetics? I'll leave it down in the description box below for you guys with the link and my code. This palette, I feel like it's so thinly packed. It's so beautiful. I have used majority of the shades of this palette, and this performs really, really well on the eyes. You can see the duochrome effect that is coming on my eyelids, but it's so thin but so sparkly and dimensional. I love it. I absolutely love it. This is also a magnetic pan eyeshadow palette, so you can definitely mix and match your custom shades and build it into this palette to make it your own. This is going to be such a beautiful travel friendly spring palette. I would absolutely love it. Now, once you've seen both the looks, you guys have to let me know out of the two looks which one was your favorite. But that's all for today. If you did like my video, you know what to do. Do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring the notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post next. I generally upload 3 videos every single week, every Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays at 9 AM Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.